Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor and we're going to work on this little area here. As you can see, we have a house we're going to situate. I'm probably going to maybe put a field here, but not all on this episode. I might draw it out a little bit, but we're not going to put the actual field here until I do all the fields. I'll probably do them all as one, pretty much, most likely. There will be some trees at the top of the hill, so it's going to be a little bit of a wooded area, a special place. There'll be probably a road closer to this side, sort of like a cliff here. Then you come to the house and you're like, oh wow, in the middle of the water. And then you might have a little bit of an area here for like a beach, maybe not a big beach, but just something. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and check out my playlist. I have several different playlists. I have simulator gameplay, and that has a whole bunch of different ones. So you have to just look. I got hotels, renovator, demo, and I also bought the game, so eventually you'll see the actual gameplay of it. And then I have Farming Sim 19 and 22. I have John's editor stuff for tutorials that show you how to do a lot of this stuff on map making in the Giants editor. Um, there's a lot of videos on that if you want to learn how to do map making for Farming Simulator 22 and some for 19. I didn't do quite as many for 19, but I still did quite a few. So check that out. But also I do simulator stuff like Trader Life Simulator, Ranch Simulator, just different simulator games for the most part. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna see this is a pretty flat area, and we'll have some of the hill side be part of the field. And we're gonna go ahead and click on the house, or actually, let's go ahead and level the ground up. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna put it somewhere. Let's see, somewhere here. So we're gonna click on the sculpt mode. We're gonna make sure that we have it on replace in the left mouse button. LMB's left mouse button. MMB is middle mouse button for the new people, and RMB is the right mouse button. Replace, we've got that on none on the replace limit, and the numbers here is what's going to change when you hover over the spot you want to pick for your ground level, what you want your level to be. You're going to hit Control R as in Richard, so it's going to grab that spot right there, and if I press the left mouse button down, it's going to replace that ground to that level, and so this side's going to come up, as you can see, and that side's going to go down wherever it's higher. So we're going to bring that up to that level. Now obviously we're going to have to move the house a little bit more, but we're just focusing on the house ground. We're not going to get every other piece of ground lifted up any higher. Potentially we'll just do a slope here. We're not going to go too much. We'll give enough room for a car or something, but the rest of it's going to slope, okay, down to this other area. We'll make sure we get the middle of it. We are going to lift it up, like I said. We're giving just enough room for cars and that sort of thing to kind of get around the house, what have you. And we're going to slope it, so just be patient. Well, we'll go over there in a second when we get ready to do that side a little bit better. We're going to make sure we put this on smooth on the right mouse button, at least I like to, and I'm gonna hit the right mouse button and slope it, which is really smoothing it. I'm calling it sloping because it's actually making it look like a slope, a better slope. So, but there is a slope option if you look here, but it's a whole different process, and so we're just, right now I'm gonna smooth it. I don't need to do that. I did show a video about it. You can go check it out, see what you think. I did one about making a ditch with it, and I think I did something else with it. Some other things with the like a ramp or whatever. The mailbox is gonna move, obviously. This little thing over here is gonna move, obviously. Let's go ahead and probably move this. Um, Let me see. trying to click on it. Something ain't right. I don't know. The mouse is just not cooperating. Okay, that's prop. That's the props. Let me see if I can't. There we go. Finally, it let me click on it. The mouse is sometimes a little funny. It's a wireless one, so every now and again I start having issues. I plugged it in. It's probably weak. So we'll get this over here somewhere. And I ain't worried too much about exactly where, as long as it's there. And put it up against the house. And we are good to go. That should be fine. We could bring it up a little. Lift this up a little. There. Now we're still going to have to move it as a whole unit, so we will have to click on it. Before I do that, I'm going to back off of here. Make sure nothing else is in that group. Because if anything else is highlighting, it's going to move it too, and I might not want it to. So you need to always remember that, and you can separate it, but I haven't at this point. But this part should be fine. So now I need to change this just a little bit. Alright. So now we're going to, lift this up to get that stairs situation. Alright, so it's going to be about right there. I think that looks about right. Okay. We'll fix that gas meter or power thing or whatever. We're going to have to lower it to get it back in the ground. Alright, so that's good. The mailbox, like I said, we're not worried with it right now because we're going to be moving it to wherever we need to. We might even have to put it at the end of a road. Like if this is back in the backwoods, if the road connects to another road over here, we'll put the mailbox at the end of the long street. Then they got to go all the way to get their mail, you know. That sort of thing. Alright, now we're going to come over here and finish fixing this. Click back on sculpt mode, left mouse click, get it leveled. Try not to go too far, knocking the hill out over there, but just get it situated. Make sure you get it on in the house area. Bring it on over here a little bit. And we should be okay. Let's double check. Okay, so that's floating. So we can click on it. Make sure the whole thing's clicked. And now we can bring it down. And we can just see where we like it. Come down a little bit so you can see better to get it. And I think that's pretty good. I mean, I could lift it a little bit more. Let me see. Not much. Okay, right about there. You can hit Control B, but in this case I don't need to right now. I'm okay with it right there. I think I'm okay with the position of the house. Let me look at it and see. I don't know, I might turn it. Turn it this way. So you're more coming into, and then we're going to bring it up a little bit. Okay. We'll have to adjust that, obviously. That's pretty good. And then when you come in here, you start heading down toward the beach area. We'll smooth this out better. Let's go ahead and do that. Click on that and right mouse click it to smooth it down a little bit. Get that smoothed down nicely. Right across there. Alright, let's pull on over here real quick. We gotta move this here down with this replace feature. So we put it on replace already. So we're left mouse clicking again. Dragging it on out a little bit. Alright, so now we have that. So when they come down this road that we'll have to situate it, but basically there'll be some sort of road. They'll be able to see that. That's just my dog shaking off. They'll be able to see either trees on this side potentially, and then they'll see the houses. They start coming through the trees or whatever we do, and then of course they'll say, "Wow, look here, it's a perfect spot. It's on the water," and then they can. We'll keep it. We'll make this come up a little bit more for them to be able to, you know, pull around. I ain't gonna go far with it. We'll go just a little bit further. Like I said, I don't want to go far with it. I want them to have a nice little slope area here. And smooth it on down nicely. Turn that off. Press Alt and the right mouse button to go in and out. And then you can turn, let go of the Alt and turn with your right mouse button holding it down. Okay. Alright. So, let's see what we got here. So now that they'll start coming this way, there'll have to be a way they can come driving. So once they drive around, they can pull in, or we're going to make it where they can pull up over here. We might have to slide this over just a hair bit right here. Knock some of that down. Just so they can get that vehicle going. You know. Alright. Smooth it out nicely. Alright, I think that'll be good for that spot. Okay, yeah. Now we'll have a way to come over this way and drive a little bit down till we decide we're going into a field area that's right near the water but not right on the water. And we're probably going to smooth a little bit of this. Let's get the smooth option on, make this bigger, and I'm just holding down the right mouse button, smoothing some of this so that when we do put a field there, it's not a bump that's in the way that's going to be an issue. We're not going to take it all the way down, we're just smoothing some of the bumps out, the little bumps, and trying to make it a little more pleasant if you're driving a tractor on it. We're keeping the hills and everything pretty much for the most part. I'm not going to go all the way to the water's edge, but we'll go wherever we can. And this side's steeper, so we're going to put trees over this way. So we're going to have trees on this and this. What I might do is just grab a couple for just distinction, not necessarily what I'm going to put there, but if they let me grab them. Okay, I got to go to them. But just to have something there. Come on, grab the tree. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can grab it. Okay, there we go. Now remember, it's going to be different trees, not going to necessarily only be these. So, gotta head back over here now. What I'm doing is pressing Alt down and pressing the right mouse button and putting my cursor at the bottom of the screen. And while I'm holding down Alt button, ALT on the keyboard, I'm pressing the right mouse button, holding it down, and then pushing my mouse up in the air to drag the mouse cursor to the top of the screen, and it makes me drag across the screen and push forward. And then you click at the bottom of the screen again and hold the Alt button and the right mouse button, and you push your mouse up till the cursor goes in the air or whatever at the top of the screen, and it helps drag you forward. See? So that's how you can move around. And then once I get where I want to get, I'm gonna put this tree right here, or I'm gonna hit Control D as in dog while that's highlighted, and let it duplicate. And as soon as it does, I seen that it changed. I'm gonna hit Control B as in boy, and then I'm gonna left mouse click right here. Then I'm gonna left click off of that. I'm not gonna hit that little dot right there. It'll change the size of the tree and scale. And we're going to leave that there. Now I'm just showing that to my memory that it'll be trees here. That's all I'm doing. So I'm going to hit Control D as in dog. And then I'm going to let it do its thing. And then I'm going to hit Control B as in boy. And I'm going to hit left mouse click, left mouse click. So we're going to show that there's going to be some trees there. Now I don't know how high up I'm going to add the field to this area because I don't want them all the way up to the trees. So we might not go very high with it. We'll see. But we're going to do it again. Control D as in dog. So it duplicates. Then Control B as in boys. Left mouse click, and move it over. And again, Control D. And again, Control B as in boy. And then Control D as in dog. And then Control B as in boy. And just basically you can say they're going to be spread out. I'm not going to do it all on this episode. Like I say, this is just to show what's going to be going on. And then you can see at the top of the hill the trees, and some of them might come down a little, or we may, like I say, put the field there. Well, let's click on the paint, roll up, put it on round, put it on add. Let me see, roll down and put it on dirt, and then turn it off again so we can back out of this view. Okay. So let's just get an idea what we're going to do. See if we can't make this look okay. Alrighty, now let me see. We want to keep a little space between the edges, you know. So I don't know, but you can't tell. But in the game, the fields are bigger than what it looks like in here, so you got to be careful. So I don't want to go crazy here. Let's do this. And then turn it up this way. Maybe we'll just drag it. Get a cleaner line there. Some reason it ain't working. Now then. There we go. Something like that. And that can be a field. And we'll try to touch this corner up. Like so. Make it round at the end. See what we got here. Well, I went a little further than I wanted. We could always move it if we have to. I was trying to get this situated better. Okay, that's not bad. So that could be a field right there. And it may be really big, so I'm going to have to look. And we are going uphill, so that's fine. And we're a little close to the water, but we could always, like I say, check a little off if we don't like it. If it looks bad, or if it's just not working out. We'll have to look in game and see how that looks. We'll see. But there's one. And then we could put another field in, potentially, and come here, have a separation, and have a field here. Like so. Like that. And we'll keep it a little curvy like that. And I don't want to go too far. We may have to take some of it away if it's up too far. But as you can see, it goes up the hill. And there you go. So that should be nice. And then you got two spots. Now it may be too much. Like I said, we may have, see, we got a little far there, so we may have to back off on it. Let's back off on it just a little. Click on the paint and click on this green area. Control R as in Richard. It'll grab the green grass, and then you can, we're just going to take it away and then repaint with the other. It'll be better like that. And then we'll just click over this dirt area, hit Control R as in Richard, and we should be set. And we'll just finish it up like that and make our curves like so without going too far. We're not going to go all the way to this area. I'm trying to keep it back, and it's subject to change. This is just rough stuff. There we go. We got more driving room now, hopefully, and we'll be able to, we'll have to fix that part though, because we got an issue there. We got to fix that. Let's fix that real quick. go on to the sculpt mode, and on the smooth option, just smooth it down till it matches where it needs to be. And we may have to do a little more work on this part. Just keep working it back and forth, trying to get it all smoothed down till it's nice transition. And if anything else is messed up, just go ahead and do that too. Click off of there, have a look at it. I think that part's okay. This part's okay, okay. Might be an issue here. Let's just do a little bit, just right there. A little bit over there, just a little bit. And we'll just test it obviously in game, and if something ain't right, we can always decide to do something different if we don't like it. It's just not bound to anything. And we can do this one over a little further because of that's plenty of room in between that, like so. Let's see what happens. Alright. If it's not, we can always make it wider. But that's good enough for just right now for the temporary stuff. But there's 2 fields for this house. It's not going to be anything special. It's just 2 fields. It's not going to be like the main farm's way over there, if you've seen in the past. And we're going to go ahead and duplicate. Control D as in dog. It's still highlighted, so we're good to go. And once it duplicates, you can go ahead and hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, and if that's too close, we can always move it if we don't like it. Control D as in dog, Control B as in boy, left mouse click, and then Control D as in dog, and then Control B as in boy, left mouse click. I'm just showing these are probably not going to necessarily be what's there, or it might be, who knows. And there's the trees, so there'll be a tree line, and there'll be, you know, other stuff painted down obviously. And then it's going to come all over the hill, so we'll do a couple more just for the show of what it's going to be like. I don't want to do all the trees, so like I said, I'm not ready to do that. I can, I just not wanting to do it. There's a video on my channel to show you how if you need to. I just not wanting to do it right now. Okay. And Control D, Control B. But basically that's how that's going to be. It's going to be more, some down here obviously. Probably different trees, a little more fuller of trees. And then our road is going to be here. This mouse is not cooperating. Definitely going to have to situate it. And these we're going to have to bring up. So what I'm going to do is click here, Control R. Well, actually I got to do it again. Put this on replace. Put it about right here, Control R, and we'll try to get this side up to that level just a little bit, because I want the road to come kind of right through here like that. And I'll slope it in a second over there, so don't worry about that side. But the road's going to come right up to here. That'll be like a cliff or what have you. Just needed a spot that's kind of at the right level, so when I drive it'll be more level, you know. There we go. So I'll see the trees, and then I can drive on a flatter ground, and we can slope this right here down to there. So we can take this, go back on here, click about halfway down that slope, Control R, and then bring the ground up to that, if it's not already to that level, something like so. That helps get it going down the hill. Slope this piece or smooth it right there, and then smooth it. Just hold it over the top of this and smooth it like so. And you're trying to get a slight angle to go up that hill, you know, situate it. but I'll have to get in closer to really see. But you get the point. We're just trying to make a nice little place to drive down. So basically, you're on flat ground here. You're driving along. If I can get my mouse to cooperate. Come on, mouse. And then just driving along here. And then you're going to start going down right here. So we need to situate that a little better. If the mouse would cooperate. Now see, this side's up a little bit. So what I want to do is grab this, Control R, and knock that side down a little. See? Like that. And then smooth it. So now, when the road's coming on in there, hopefully I did it in the right spot. It'll be more smooth coming in, like so. Coming in, and so on. Now we could paint a little bit of a road. It doesn't have to be what it's going to end up. Just something there to show there is going to be a road. I guess we'll leave it on dirt. I'm going to put it down. Let's get down there closer just for a second. I'm going to make it the size of this here, or a hair bit bigger, something like that. And then I'm just gonna cover that. It's gonna be something different. I guess I'll put it in front of it. Just something like that. So we know that's gonna be where part of the road's gonna go to. That's just for scale to show that that's how big a vehicle would be pretty much. And we're just gonna try to take it through this area. And I probably didn't go quite to the right spot, but I can always change it. But basically you get the point. We'll have a road. I think I gotta back it up a little bit further. Yeah, I do. Let me fix it. So we're gonna hit Control R on the grass, knock that out of there, get that mess out of there. Alright, we're gonna hit Control R on this dirt, come back down to that size, and come on back up higher. Now we're gonna hopefully land on the flat part we wanted. And then we'll be good. But we're not like doing it right now. I'm just getting it basic. We're gonna smooth this just a hair. There we go. Kind of get it situated a little better. It's all gonna be worked out more, but you can see we'll be able to see all that now. Kind of how we're gonna come down. We may even just cut that right in, or we're gonna have a path going that way too. But basically you can get the point. We're coming up, we're on our flat part, we drive along. You get the point. And then we gotta fix all the rest of it. We're not gonna do all that right now. We're just doing little bit by little bit. I am gonna bring this somehow around. Let's see here. So once we get to about right here, it's gonna cut and come back like so, and then this one's gonna cut and come down, and it can go however it's gonna go. So that's just basics of what it could do. This could probably stop there because we're not gonna drive every which way on this. We can walk or whatever. We don't have to drive everywhere. You know, obviously that's a little bit too far over. Let's fix it. Control R on the grass, cover this, and then we'll fix it. Come back on this, Control R, and just put it a little closer to the house. Like so. Like that. But you get the point. And we're not going to decorate and do everything right now. And then this side is going to need a little bit more smoothing. So let's do that. Right there. Smooth it on down. Nicely, gently. There we go. That's enough for now. Alright. So then they come along and then they head on out and go to through wherever they got to get to. Now if we do need to put something and we're like, well, we need a shed, we'll see, maybe put something here, you know, right there. We'll still have room back there, but I don't know. We'll see. You know, maybe we'll make them just parked equipment in the yard. It's hard to say. But anyway, we got that area pretty well situated. We can make, like I said, some more of this over here, trees. This is gonna come down to this little water area, trees around it. And then probably trees on most of this so that y'all can get some firewood or whatever you want to call it, lumber to sell. Some of this actually is going to be a house probably with maybe a field here. There'll probably be a couple fields and a house here. We're going to curve these trees on down around this so there'll be trees all in here. Most likely. But anyway, I might go ahead and duplicate a couple more. Bring them over. Control B. Control D. Control B. Control D. I'm saying D and as in dog and then B as in boy. So that's what I'm rotating back and forth. What I'm saying. I might have to go fix them. They might be floating. Are they? No. Okay. Control D. Oh, it didn't work, and that it duplicated the water plane because I accidentally clicked on it. So I'm gonna delete that. That I accidentally duplicated, and then click on this last tree, and then hit Control D, and then Control B, and then Control D again, and Control B, Control D again, Control B, D is in dog, B is in boy. Just trying to get a few more for just the looks of it, so it helps with the visual. Now obviously the trees will be different or what have you. Control D, Control B. We'll just go ahead and make it at least for now, even though like I said it could change a little bit. We're just trying to get something going. I think I did it already. Yeah. Oh, see, I hit that and it shrunk it. So I'm going to hit undo up here where it says this little arrow. So it puts it back at scale 1. Now you know, it's doable, or they wouldn't have put it that way, but I just don't really want to do that. I want to keep it. I have the other trees, so I'm not too concerned with doing that. So. But anyway, you get the point. There's some trees. And here's some fields. And the house. Which you can't really see all the things we want to see like that. The house is so small. Let's see what we got here. Can't really see the fields if you sit like that. Let's turn that off. I guess we'll get right here. But anyway, that's what we're going to do for this episode. I don't want to make the video too long. And as I said, these can change potentially. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to call that an episode here. And I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.